Alright guys, what is up and welcome back to a very exciting episode of Hook and Bass 92. In today's exciting episode, I want to show you guys, I know it's a small collection, but it's basically a swim bait collection. So first off, I want to start off with the little smaller ones I like to use in my ponds and stuff. I honestly have not caught anything off of this. I got it at Cabela's. Probably about maybe a year ago. I mean, it's brown. It's kind of like hard plastic too, but it has those little lines in the middle that makes it like swim like an actual real fish. I did have a fish go after it, a really big one, but I couldn't set the hook on it. So I think in more of my videos, I'm probably going to use something like this, a little swim bait like that. My second one, I got out of the mystery tackle box. I have caught fish off of it. As you can see, the tail has been ripped off from me using it so much. I probably knocked the tail off by hitting a rock with it, but I did throw it in a school of bass like last year, and yeah, they went nuts after it. Actually, it looks like a little bluegill, little bait fish that those fish would go after. So this is probably one of my favorite ones. I mean, it's small. It looks really good in the water. It is pretty, I would say out of the mystery tackle box, they said it was about, I think, $16 or $17. Like, you know how they have those things where they tell you how much the price is. But yeah, this is a good one. I need to get a new one because the tail is ripped off, but you can still use this when the tail is ripped off. So the next two ones I have not used because I do not have a actual pole to throw because they are so heavy. So I'm going to start off with the smaller one. It's right here. As you can see, it looks like a little trout, a little baby trout. It's kind of like what's it, plastic, but it has like a very hard body in the middle. It is from Savage Gear, and I really do think if I use that in like streams and big lakes around where I live, the bass will go nuts after it. I think there's muskie or pike that will actually go for it. But yeah, I need to get a rod and reel for this. But I think I can still use this on one of my little heavy bass rods I got. This one's not that bad, but it looks perfect size like a bait fish. But I mean, even though it's a trout, I still do think that the fish will go after it, especially if you're fishing in like a river or something where there's like really big R or really big like those hybrid striped bass. Those will go after it. Even I think there's a lake called Caesar's Creek that's probably about 45 minutes away from where I live, and they are stocked out with muskie. And if you use this in the wintertime, I guarantee you I will catch a fish off of that. So that's the first swim bait from Savage Gear, the one I like. But the second one is, to me, pretty big. Same thing, plastic right there. Again, this is the baby bass one. I think it looks really good. It's kind of big. It has a really good tail to it. I think this one's a lot heavier, and I think this one's like 4 or 5 more inches longer. But for this, you could probably throw that. There's one pond I know that's in the front that was good about 2 years ago. You could probably throw that in there because those bass average between 3 and 4 pounds. So if you throw this guy in there, give it about 4 hours or something. I'm not saying they'll bite every time, but a bass will come and eat it. So you can also use this in the rivers. I think this is a really good bait. Like say you go to, because I go to Florida a lot for vacation, and they have those ponds in there, and they have like little streams and like big lakes. You go in there and you throw this thing, I guarantee you you'll probably pull out like a 4 or 5 pound bass, in my opinion. But I mean, here I can compare the two. I did do a video on these two, but you can see, look, the baby bass one's a lot bigger than the trout one. So I really do think around here, if I use the trout one, I honestly think I will get something. Especially, I don't know if smallmouth bass will go for this. Maybe a really big one if you throw it in that stream. But I know for a matter of fact, that lake up there, it's literally 5 minutes away, that I say is bad for bass. They stock it with striped bass like every I think years, so there's millions of them in there. You throw something like this, even something like this in there, I really do think they will bite it. I mean, they're built very good. The hooks on these are really sharp, especially on these like small ones. I mean, if you go to a pond like right now, look at the tail movement on that will bring in a bass, even a small bass. So I really do think the swim baits that I have, I only have 4 of them. I know there's a lot of people that have millions of them. I think these 4 will be my best bet. I really am not, to be honest, a big swim bait fisher, but once I get some pulls for it, I will get into it because I see a lot of people on YouTube catch monster bass. So yeah, I mean, if I were to rank these, I would say, I mean, I haven't used the 2 big ones yet, but I would say this is my favorite one. Then I would say the next one would be this one. I don't know, I just like this one. It looks like if I was a fish, I would eat this. I don't care, the little trout one, I don't know, it just looks really good. Rainbow trout. Then I would say the baby bass. Then my last one, I mean, since it's brown, I don't think there's any like brown bait fish. I don't know what this represents, maybe, I don't know, but it has to be a little creek fish, because so something like that. Yeah, so I guess so. Yeah, like I said, I will probably try to get pulls for like the bigger one down the roads, and then once I get a boat, I can just throw them in that little lake and see if they work. So yeah, again, that's about it for today's exciting episode of Hookin' Bass 92. Comment below and let me know which one is your favorite, because I really am curious, and I just want to know. And I also want to know if you do fish like giant swim baits or small swim baits, and if you like have any luck with them. So yeah, I will do some more, trying to get some more new places. It's just, again, like you said, like in the spring, it just rains and rains and rains, and the river level and stream levels are up. I will throw this in the stream, and I will throw this, because I really do think, I think one time I went with Louie. He's been in some of my videos. He actually caught like a 4-pound bass on a really gigantic swim bait that we had. It was something like this, but it was like huge. But the thing is like wooden, I think. But it actually, if that actually catches the fish, and I really do think like the trout and stuff like that. So yeah, again, that's about it for today's exciting episode of Hookin' Bass 92. Guys, do me a big favor, hit that like button, and also to hit that subscribe button. Again, don't forget to comment below and let me know what is your favorite swim bait. And as always, catch big fish. Have a great day.